Hello to you, our viewers, wherever you may be. Welcome to this edition of the news here on Rwanda Television. My name is Sarishan Hore. We'll begin with the headlines. President Paul Kagame has met Jean-Philippe Prosper, the board chairperson of the BK Group, to discuss the group's strategy and growth opportunities. Youth and women in small and medium-sized enterprises have been urged to recognize the available opportunities offered by the African Continental Free Trade Area. And on the international scene, more than 30 residents in a village in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region have refused to evacuate as Russian forces increase rocket attacks nearby. All right, as we begin this edition, let us inform you that on Monday at Village Rugwiro, President Paul Kagame met with Jean-Philippe Prosper, the board chairperson of the BK Group, to discuss the group's strategy and growth opportunities. The Bank of Kigali's growth over the last 5 decades is a true story of resilience, hard work, and strong partnerships based on Rwandan values. It has achieved important milestones over the years, including being chosen by Euromoney's awards for excellence as the best bank in Rwanda 5 times, and another 7 times by EMI Finance. It has also won the African Banker Awards 7 times, and last year it was recognized as the best bank in Rwanda by Global Finance Awards. Now, staying with business matters, youth and women in small and medium-sized enterprises have been urged to use the available opportunities offered by the African Continental Free Trade Area. This was stressed during a 2-day workshop organized by the East African Community Business Council, which is taking place here in Kigali. We have the details with Adam Squizera.
It is a workshop for SMEs owners in Rwanda on the opportunities offered by the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA. The Deputy Director of the East African Community Business Council, EABC, Dennis Carrera, noted that there are many opportunities offered by this market, which started its operations in 2021, where 55 countries have already signed the agreements.
Predominantly involved in cross-border trade. Women and the youth are quite involved. But again, we know that women's businesses have been majorly seen as risky to the formal commercial banking enterprises. They do not see it as something reliable. They think what we do is we do this advocacy for them, and I'm sure this fund will now listen to specifically these lower levels, SMEs, women, how much do you need into your project?
For the success of the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, which is expected to create a market of 1.3 billion people with a combined GDP of $3.4 trillion, the participation of about 65% of the continent's population under 35 is paramount.
I think with opportunities with AFCFTA being shared here, all the potential markets or linkages within the AFCFTA is huge. It's a huge pool of unexplored lands, and we need to go there and conquer. Especially, it could be either intake, physical products like we do sportswear. We intend to go to the market, offering made in Rwanda, made in Africa sportswear, and not seeing us the other world giants like Nike or Adidas coming on over to take over onto the continent.
In order to promote investment and trade opportunities on this continent, the African Export-Import Bank, AFRIXIM, has launched a fund aimed at developing various projects.
This fund is supposed to promote trade under the ACFTA. The fund was provided by the AFRIXIM Bank. AFRIXIM Bank is based in Cairo, but now it has branches all over. It has branches in many African countries. And the idea is to try and as much as possible to come to the near reach of those demanding the facilities of the bank. So this is a fund that is going to be availed for people who want to borrow the money. It is not completely free. It is going to be borrowed at a modest interest rate, and the idea is that it promotes activities under the CFTA, and these will include all sorts of projects that people have.
The AFCFTA aims to close these barriers and promote the local-based trade and investment on the African continent. Currently, the internal trade within the countries on this continent is still at a rate of only 17%. Adam Squizera, RTV News.
Now, a number of local residents have been saying that paying the community-based health insurance, usually referred to as Mutuelle de Santé, is becoming difficult because of what they call irrelevant information found within the system itself, and this being one of the reasons why their payments are usually late. Adam Squizera continues.
The 2023-2024 community-based health insurance year has already begun, as currently the payment is no longer based on the Udehe categories as before. However, for the newly married families, such as Muhoza Gaspar from Gasaba district, demonstrates out various challenges they are facing in the payment process of this community-based health insurance known as Mutuelle de Santé. Before proceeding the payments of the community-based health insurance, it requires you to first start at the village level and fill in the form which is sent to the cell. Then, that's when you get the categorization of Udehe. On this form I have is where they note down your names and your Udehe category. Various residents with this similar issue request those who are responsible to fill in the information in the system, hence to assist them by delivering the service to them as quick as possible. The top-level administrators say that the residents must pay this community-based health insurance without any need of category of Udehe. But the issue is that you have to get that Udehe category once you have the legal marriage certificate. Nigurigro Del Gratis, Director of Community-Based Health Insurance at RSSB, urged those who are paying for this insurance to first consult with their respective cells, thereby providing them with the essential information to be inserted in the system. The payment of the 2023-2024 community-based health insurance at the national level has reached to 68%. Since last year, it was at 78.6%. Adam Squizera, RTV News.
Now to the agricultural sector, where potato farmers countrywide have been commending the government, saying its efforts to develop their profession have helped them to make significant progress in improving their welfare. Meanwhile, officials at the Rwanda Agriculture and Animal Resources Development Board have confirmed efforts are underway to increase the amount of potatoes grown every year in Rwanda. The country currently produces more than 970,000 tons of potatoes annually, up from less than 100,000 back in 1961. Now to the southern province in Huye district, where there is a modern brick making factory that was built 7 years ago, but has never operated fully at its full potential. That is because of a lack of electricity. Employees and executives alike at New Bricks Limited are frustrated by this crippling limitation, saying they cannot effectively compete with other factories in the business. Able to make thousands of bricks every day, the factory has underperformed since the day it opened in 2016 because of this problem. District officials say the reason for the persistent problem over the years is that the factory's owners have failed to compensate local residents for the land that will be used to erect pylons for the electrical supply, while the executives of New Bricks Limited say local residents have refused the offer they have been given on numerous occasions to relocate and make way for the grid. Now to religious matters, and readers of the Bible have been noting that it is becoming expensive to buy. This is where the Bible Society of Rwanda has noted also that this is due to the fact that Bible donors have decreased by as much as 80%. Adam Squizera with more.
Mureni Anastas is a resident in Rulindo district. We met him in the city of Kigali, where he came to repair the Bibles of his colleagues. How Mureni testifies that the Bible is a book that changes the lives of those who read it. Because in the Bible is where I found the teachings related to love, and love is essential in our lives. The community that distributes the Bible demonstrates that there are sometimes the Bible goes out of stock. This is where the Rwanda Bible Society notes that in the last 10 years, Bible donors have decreased by 80%, while the price of Bibles has also increased by 200%. In this context, that on Monday, the Bible Society in Rwanda has launched a campaign dubbed Shyigikira Bibiliya, which aims to support the Bible, hence to keep being available in Rwanda. The Archbishop of Kigali, Cardinal Antoine Kambanda, and the spokesperson of the Bible Society, In Rwanda, now start finding homegrown solutions is one of the key solutions to this issue.
Hari benshi ifasha mu ngo
There are many people who get help from the Bible. In our homes, there are many who wish to read the Bible but literally can't even afford them. The reason why donors are no longer exporting the Bible depends on the beliefs of those donors. They don't even know the value of it. But we also have to understand that they will not always be helping us, but instead we can hold hands together and find a way we can overcome this issue.
kandi dufatanyije twabishobora.
If there were no donors and those who send the Bibles in Rwanda, the Bible cost would be at 70,000 Rwandan francs, since it is imported from various countries, including South Korea.
And now to Rubavu district in the western province, to the sectors of Busasamana and Cyanzerwa that are home to most of the district's poorest people. Yet the sectors are some of the most fertile anywhere in the country, with plenty of agricultural produce. Economic experts, however, point out that even though the sector's collective agricultural output might be good, it does little to improve the welfare of individual farmers, and an alternative means to make a living should be made to supplement the agricultural activities. Other factors contributing to their poverty have been identified as a lack of proper family planning, with people having more children than they can realistically take care of, and parents not providing balanced diets for their children, choosing instead to sell the most nutritious foods they grow. District officials say over the next 5 years, alternative work opportunities will be created in the troublesome sectors, with processing plants to be opened up for the agricultural produce. They also point out the need to teach the local residents the importance of practicing family planning methods and properly managing one's finances, saving for the future. The latest figures indicate that the 9 districts of Rubavu, Nyamasheke, Burera, Rusizi, Karongi, Kirehe, Nyabihu, Kayonza, and Ruhango have the highest poverty figures in all of the country's 30 districts, with between 32 and 36% of their local residents considered to be of limited means. Now to Gatsibo district, that's in the eastern province, where local residents, especially in Kabarore sector, have been asking that certain challenges they have been facing that include water shortages and security problems that center around acts of theft be addressed by local leaders. District officials have been giving assurances that their concerns are going to be quickly addressed using a booklet on governance that outlines set objectives and how they are going to be achieved. Month-long activities on the promotion of cleanliness in the district are also to be organized, and all local residents, that is, all local officials have signed performance contracts detailing as many as 116 things they are to do during this fiscal year to address the challenges that have been highlighted. That is the end of the news for now. Stay with Rwanda Television. Thank you for joining us for this edition, and I'll be seeing you soon once again.